college football and people sitting out of bowl games, things like that. First of all, let's start here. We got a video, man. Cam Newton actually showed a clip of us, a clip of you and a couple of our show of you going off about players opting out of bowl games, saying that there is no such thing as a student athlete anymore. So let's show that real quick, Bailey, and then I'll tie that into the next one.
Take on these kids opting out of these so-called quote-unquote meaningless bowl games is what the term is they use.
I guess it's a case-by-case basis. If you don't want to play in your bowl game, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a bitch. That's your decision.
I don't give them an option. And I probably do call them a bitch when they don't play. I would not give them an option.
Bitch, though.
They're making a business decision.
Exactly. Right there, homie. That's what I got to be. Fuck all that, homie. Stop saying it's a business decision. If it's a fucking business decision, then you play your games, homie.
There's a lot
play your games, homie. I paid you.
JB.
Hold on, no. Did I pay you or not?
It's a lot of money to be made.
Hold on, no. Did I pay you on an NIL deal or not?
Yeah,
then it's a fucking business decision that you play my games. Because I just fucking paid you NIL money to come to my school. Then you owe me just like a professional shows up to work every fucking day until his clock is over. You pay every game I paid you for. Fucking period, point blank. Stop with the fucking excuses as to these dudes deserve to sit out because they're going to get hurt. No, I deserve not to pay you then. Period, point blank.
Who said that?
They're professionals, homie. You said it, Matt said it, everyone said it. Then fucking finish the job. Pay till your game's done. Period.
So, Bull,
play the game, homie. Play the game, homie.
So what do you think?
Play the game, homie. So I paid you. Stop with the narrative of student athlete. Here goes your soundbite, Breland. Yeah. There's no more such thing as student athletes, not at the Division I level.
Right there. So Cam is agreeing with you, and that ties directly with you going off on a Twitter video after Marshall opts out. Their players opted out of a bowl game versus Army after practically the entire roster entered the transfer portal when Charles Huff, we found out that Charles Huff was leaving Southern Miss. So listen, it's all kind of tied in together right here. We got the video. Let's show JB going off here on Twitter.
Man, I'm against this opt-out bowl game shit. You've heard me well and clear, loud and clear. You get an NIL, you need to fucking play your games. But also, man, the NCAA Non-Carrying Nationals of America has set this up for failure. The kids are allowed to leave because you've opened the fucking portal during a bowl season that you deem meaningless. Well, guess what? It means something to a lot of people coming down the pipe, especially when it comes to TV contracts, pulling their money from you, and all these other different sponsorships. When you start to lose that money, you're going to start to listen and say, oh, fuck, these players should be playing these fucking meaningless bowl games. Finish the season, and then open the portal if you're going to have this fucking pussy-ass portal. Now, having said that, if the kids want to leave, they'll still leave, portal or not. But how about allow them to fucking play through the season and finish what they fucking started? What are you really teaching these fucks? Holy shit, you're fucking slapdicks.
There it is. So, I mean, I know we just threw a lot at y'all fans, but overall, it's really talking about the bowl games, players opting out, entering the transfer portal during the bowl games. JB, so I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Just overall just take of right now. Obviously, playoff is this week. Starts bowl game stuff starts this weekend. What's your overall just take on this situation?
Yeah, here's an even deeper take that I haven't talked about. But first of all, the NCAA Non-Carrying Nationals of America have opened this. They've started this, and they allowed this. And we as adults have allowed this, and now we're reaping the benefits. Or they're short of benefits. We're actually now the ones,
the repercussions, so to
crying.
Speak.
We're crying over what we allowed, though.
Yeah,
a couple years back, right? We allowed this to be the Wild Wild West, and you allow portal to be open a few times a year, which is asinine. Then you open it during the playoffs. Yesterday, a Penn State kid who's the backup quarterback entered the portal and left a huge Twitter message about God and all this other shit that I already went off on. But in that message, he stated, this sucks because I can't leave any other time. So I have to leave my brothers during a playoff run. So the backup QB for Penn State in the midst of a playoff run is leaving his team. And I say his team. I want to be clear here because this is what the joke of the tweet is. Stop acting as if it's your team if you're leaving it. You made a decision. We call it grown man decision, meaning you have to live up to what you chose to do. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, go to Penn State, motherfucker. No, you chose to go here. The last time I checked during your recruitment process, James Franklin was the head coach. Correct?
Yep.
So you agreed with him to sign a letter of intent and go there. And then you agreed for a collective to pay you some sort of money, whatever it may be, small, little, big, I don't know. And now you have said, it's time for me to enter the portal. I'm sorry that I have to, but I can't leave any other time. The last time I checked, homie, you agreed to go there. You are on a good enough team to be in a playoff, and you're now leaving those guys you agreed to and committed to for what? You have no idea, because that's the key. You have no idea for what. You don't know where you're going, why you're going there. The next quarterback's going to beat you out also. This is what you do. You care more about yourself than any other time in the football history. This generation is enabled, as entitled, and it's because of us, Smitty. I take the blame with the adults in the room. We've entitled and enabled these kids to unforeseen futures. I can't stand it. Finish the fucking season that you started. That's really it. The portal's here, Smitty. I'm not changing the portal. I can cry till I'm blue in the face. I'm not changing the portal. It's here. Finish the season, though. That's my bitch and moan about. I'll cry till I'm blue in the face for you finishing the season. And that is the biggest fundamental issue with this whole fucking process. And to me, it's an absolute broken one. And I believe it's beyond broken. You should never even have created it to start with. And a kid that enters the portal during the playoff, if you're going to have the portal open during the college football playoff, which is the most asinine thing I've ever heard of, then what you should do is allow this kid to enroll in the new school. To Cam Newton's point, and I'm going to make a point that no one's mentioned, allow this kid to enroll at Michigan.
Yep.
Okay? Finish the football season at Penn State, though.
I agree 1,000%.
Because they're not student athletes. Stop calling them student athletes. Because if they were student athletes, Smitty, and here's my whole rant about this thing I wanted to bring up in the beginning. You wouldn't allow conferences that had Cal Berkeley in it and the University of Virginia in it. Because there's no fucking way you're telling me that you got GAs, grad assistants, and kids going to school at your institution of higher learning that you claim to be, Cal Berkeley, one of the highest educational institutions in America, for kids to leave on a Tuesday so they can get to Virginia on Wednesday and get prepared to play Virginia on a Saturday. And then the equipment bus has to drive 3,000 miles across the country with GAs and assistants in it that go to school at your institution. And you expect them to do fucking homework on the truck on the way over there or on the plane on the way over there while we're studying for Virginia's odd stack defensive front. And I'm supposed to do calculus and fucking geometry on the plane. And then I got to come back on Saturday night. And then I got to get practice on Sunday. And then I'm supposed to be in class on Monday. And then we play Miami the very next Saturday. And I got to travel all the way back to Miami. Because you've created a system that there is no fucking way you can tell me it's for the educational purposes of a scholarship. This is not. Take education and school out. This is the NFL minor fucking leagues. And that is what you need to call it. And stop acting as if you're going to school for an education. We all know that stopped even when I played. We didn't go for education. But guess what? We faked it. And the coaches held something over you. And it made you, guess what? Toughen your skin and finish the job. Yep. Now we've created a way where you get cussed out, yelled at for missing a class, missing a practice. You just enter the portal. And this is what the problem has become. And you can't tell me it's about education and higher learning. This is about money. It is about instant gratification, all about self. There is no more team. It's all I, no team. And this is what we've created, man. And it is sad day. And when that happens, Smitty, is when football starts to become hard to watch because there's no longer any organic football being played. There is no longer any backyard bullies. There is no longer any home recruiting. There is no longer any genuine love for the sport that you want to go bet on and expect us to have a real shot at it in the biggest betting world we've ever seen sports gambling wise. You can't put your fucking money on 17 to 21-year-olds that are at a new school every year, Smitty.
You have no idea what's going to happen.
No investment. So, listen, man, it's a joke. There is no more education. Stop talking about it. If it was, then collectives wouldn't be involved, Smitty. The school would be paying you. The school would be paying you for a scholarship and then wouldn't allow you to leave unless you get paid that money back. That would be truly an NIL type of situation. This is pay for play, homie. Stop mentioning school because school is a joke. You can't allow these kids to travel all over the world on a week-to-week basis and expect them to play. I mean, we've been bitching about that for NCAA March Madness for years, Smitty.
Yeah,
they got to go to the West. Why Duke has to travel to LA and then they're going to be there 2 weeks, and then the Midwest Central is in New Mexico, and then the finals in Atlanta, and I got to finish my school. We've been talking about this in NCAA March Madness for years, so this has been ongoing. Now they're doing it on the largest scale, football, and now they have what they wanted. The NCAA has got what they wanted. They got their cake, and now they're eating it too.
Man, you said that beautifully. It's almost hard to even jump in. I'll add some 2 cents here to it, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you 1,000%. I think, like you said, when I was playing, I don't think school even mattered, but now I think the era we're in now, you times it by 100 because of everything you just alluded to. The transfer portal, I want to touch on that specifically in the comment that the kid made in his note there. I'm kind of glad he made it though, because I know it's quick for us to just blame the players, and players deserve some blame for not being, hard-nosed and being so quick to leave every single time something doesn't go perfectly for them. But like you said, it's the system more than the players. I don't think a lot of players just want to leave their team during bowl season. I don't think team players just want to not participate during the playoffs or whatever the case may be. But like you said, this is the window they have. It's like now or never. It's like if you don't do it now, you're stuck with your current school for the entirety of the semester, and you won't be able to leave until the summer, which puts you at a disadvantage when it comes to trying to play early and play immediately with your new team. That's a whole semester of workouts, getting used to the campus, getting used to the playbook, the coaches, their new position, whatever the case may be. So like that's a huge disadvantage. So these players are kind of left with like, damn, if I am going to transfer, unfortunately, I have to do it right now, So so I like your idea, JB, as far as like, okay, let the players enter into the new school, let them enroll into the new school, but also allow them to finish the job, finish what they're doing now, and then bring them on whenever they're done. I think that's the perfect way to do it if you're going to continue to keep the transfer portal open right now. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's not fair. And again, what happens is we all just put the blame on the players because they're the ones who's actually leaving. But in fact, it's bigger picture. It's the system that's in place. So I think you and Cam Newton are spot on. It's no longer student athletes. I don't think it was really student athletes even when I was playing, but I think it really ain't that now. And it's 100% a business. And like how Steve Kim always comes on the show and says, like, we're at a point now when it comes to NIL that there needs to be actual contracts in place. I think that needs to happen. Hey, we're going to pay you $500,000. You have to play for 2 years. You have to play in all the bowl games at the end of those years, or whatever that agreement is. It needs to be signed, sealed, and delivered. So there's no misunderstandings. There's no confusion. There's no backing out. If you back out, you don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we're at. And, there's no point. There's no more, amateurs and none of that. No, this is professional league. Just at a the college football now is like the G League basically. You know what I'm saying? Like college football is the G Leagues in the NFL.
Yeah, if I'm the commissioner, though, I don't give them the option because at the end of the day, I'll be the fact of the portal being the timely issue, but the bigger picture is to disagree with you. It is the kids' fault because at the end of the day, they committed to a place and now they're fucking reneging and they want out. If that's not the player's fault, then I don't know what is. You did the deep dive, Smitty, into finding out if I want to go to Ball State or not. Once you made the decision to go to Ball State, there is no backing out. If there is a back out because of, let's say, the coach leaves and all this old shit that we always discuss, then you should get a one-time transfer because we've allowed 4 coaches to leave in 4 different places and those kids to leave 4 times. This is a joke, homie. It ain't about that no more. That's an excuse to follow a coach, and that's an excuse to leave to a commitment that you made. And it's bigger for me. It's about me making a commitment to myself to follow through and finish what I fucking started. Yeah. And that is where the grown folks in the room have lost me by not holding these kids to the T and the standard of, listen, dog, it ain't about me and you. It's about you upholding your end of the bargain that you agreed to because you're going to have to do it later in life. You're going to have to agree to do it when you get married. You're going to have to commit and agree to it when you get your kids and tell them you're going to protect them at all costs. You're going to have to do it when you go to the job and you have to report and clock in. You're going to have to commit in your life. We're setting them up for failure. Smitty, let's take a commercial break. Matt McChesney on the other side. Is there anything before that?
No, we good. We good to go.
TikTok will be back. Smitty will be back in 3 with Matt McChesney.